Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing great. We today we are going to do part 5 of Python programming for beginners. Today we are going to cover loops in Python. In our last part, we have covered conditional statements such as if else, if elif else, and other. In this part, we are going to cover loops. Uh, let us go with that. So first, let us understand what is loops. Uh, Loop is a continuous structure that allow a block of code to be executed repeatedly until a condition met. Met. If first let me create a web such as loop.py. So if I need to print repeatedly, such as print uh, hello, hello, world, world. If I need to print this like 10 times, so I need to be write it 10 times to actually print it. But if like this, it is going to, if we I need to print here 10 times, so I need to write the code again and again for 10 times. Okay, although it is for simply print, we can print it for a small number of times, such as 5 to 10. But if we need to print n number of time, so we cannot do the method like this. So for that, we will use the loops. Loop help us to print the code multiple times, so we don't need to write it again and again. Why do we need loops? Loops help us to reduce a block of code effectively. They are used to reduce respective code process collections such as list and string, perform repeatedly calculation, real data, repetitively improve code readability and efficiency. So loop help us with to write it like easily form, so we don't need to write it repetitively, and it helps in string and list, and it also help to perform calculation. So there are usually two types of loop. First is for loop and second one is while loop. So first let us go with for loop. First let us understand what is for loop is. So the for loop is used to execute a block of code repeatedly by iterating over a sequence such as a list, tuple, set, dictionary, or variable generated by a range function. So what the loop is actually do it run the block of code in such as it take the value variable and in it take the value from sequence one by one, and it is going to check it like this, if or it is going to take the value from sequence such as list tuple or string, or it is going to generate the value by using range function, uh, like this. If we need to write it such as, uh, if I need to print here hello 5 times, and if I can print it 5, then it is going to print 5 times. We are going to understand what is range is. So let us go with that. So first, let us understand how the for loop actually work. It first is start, and it get the value from variables such as here. For first item, after executing the code, it is going to ask whether there are more variable. If yes, then it is going to change the next variable and execute the code. And if it is no, then it is going to end it. So first, let us understand how the for loop works from this for dot py. So our first here, if we do it like this, as you can see, for range is a built-in function. Uh, Range is a built-in function which we can do it like, the first one, it is going to start from where it is start. First one, it is going to from where it is start, and for second, after comma, the second integer is going to be from where it is going to stop. And such as if we going to print it like for I in range 1 to 6. After printing it, it is going to print from 1 to 6, 1 to 5. It is not going to print 6 because it will take from range such as it is bigger than and equal to I is actually here I is actually bigger than equal to and smaller than 6. So you need to remember that for stop, if the if it is going to take value, first it is going to start from 1, after and after taking I equals to 1, it is going to execute code whatever inside it is, and after the end of the code, it is going to here again, and going to second value 2, and here it will do repeatedly until it met the condition. As after doing fifth, here it will check, since sixth is actually stopped, so it is going to stop here. So that's how the loop actually works. We will also take another example such as this. Here, if you can see, here we only write it from range 3, so it is actually just uh, stop part, not the start part. So as you can see, uh, print I, if you are going to do print I, as you can see, the it will start from 0. So in Python, usually for sequence numbering usually start from 0 to 1 or infinity. So here the first value, it is, since we did not give the first value, so it is going to take the first value as 0, and it is going to execute it until after 2, until 3. If the 3 comes, then it is going to stop the execution since it's met the condition. So it is since it is written 3, so it is going to print 3 time welcome Python. We can print it how many times we want, such as if we add 5, fifth 5, it is going to print 5 times here. So let us go with another example. Uh, for loops in string. So let us first understand what the for loop in string actually work. For str dot py. Mm, so how the for loop in string actually work? It is take a variable from string. It will take the value one by one, and such as for first, it is going to take p and give the variable letter uh, and store in the letter and going to execute this code, and it is going to do it like this. So here you can see it is going to print Python one by one. So that's how. So string is basically, as you have known, the string is basically a sequence of character. So in sequence, it by for loop actually print the sequence one by one. So it is going to print Python here like this in code. So as for the other type, such as for loop for list, we will look for it. The loop for the string, the loop visit each character in string one by one, and for list, we will look into it, such as for list dot py. So for list part, as you have seen, it is a list. We have taken a list such as fruit. So it is going to print fruit, take the value from fruit one by one, and it is going to print it such as like this. Print one by one. So that's how the as you have known, the list is also the collection of multiple data, such as here you've seen it is a collection of string. So it is going to take one by one and going to execute the code. So you need to remember for loop, you need to remember, so it can take any kinds of strings, such as it can also Here, if we convert this into a set, then it is as you can see, it is also going to print. But as you already know, for set it is only a collection, but it is in order, so the ordering is going to be different every time you are going to run the code. So you can this kinds of it actually work from any kinds of for loop actually work from all kinds of sequence such as list, tuple, uh, list, tuple, string, and dictionary, and set, and other. So let us first understand what is range function actually work. So first we will make a file range dot py. For range, the first one is stop. So this is a range generate number from 0 and stop at n minus 1, such as like this. If you are going to simply, this is simple form of range, for a single variable. If we take the value from a n, then as you can see, it is going to print from here. We will take the variable here. We will take variable n equals to int input enter number. So what the here we will change the variable from n. So as you can see, if we print 45, this is going to print from 1. Let me extend this. It is going to print from 0 to 40, 0 to 44. It is going to print n minus 1 until the n minus 1. So that's how the it is work. So second one is range start and stop. So let us understand what is range start. So range, we will take another variable as m. So here it is going to be n comma m plus 1. So if we actually run that, so if we write 45, 25 and 45, it is going to print from 25 to 45. Here the first one, it is going to be a starting number, and the second one, it is going to be a stop number. So where it will stop, I have taken m plus 1, so that it is going to print until 45. You can do that. So third one, it is a st- range start stop. A third one, it is a range, start, stop, step. Let us understand what a range, start, stop, step is. So range step is so range, start, stop, step generate the number from start to stop, but it increase or decrease by step, such as if I range, we will take range step, we will understand range step dot py. Here we can understand it like this. We will take example from here. So within this, as you can, we can see how the range start. If we going to run this code, it is going to run the code from one. It is going to run the code from 1 to 9. So, let us understand how this actually works. So first one, it is a start form. So it is the range variable. It is going to be start. The it is going to start from 1 and it is going to end at 11. But if we taken the value here too, then it will take the steps such as after 1, it is going to take a break and going to do the next letter such as 3. And if we actually add it, such as we can increase the number here and we will turn 3. So as you can see here, the first number is 1, and after that it is going to be plus 3 and 4. After that it is also going to be another plus 3 and plus 3, since it is stepping by 3. So every so that's the normally it is for normal form, it is actually step by 1. If we are going to write it like step by 1, then here it is going to be run it like normal. But if we are going to step it, we can do that. So that's how the step work. So that was the positive step and the negative step. Let us see the what the negative stepping is. So here you can see the first, it will start from 10 and end at 0, but we need to define here -2, so that every since it is start, so it is going to do the -2, so next one is going to be 8, and it is going to do it like this until it meets 0. So you need to remember errors such as if you remove 2, it is going to give, it is not going to execute such as you, because between 10 to 0 it is positive stepping. The positive stepping is not possible, so code is not going to run. So you need to remember things like that. Things like that. So that's what the range function was. The first is range stop, start from zero, and at the end it stop before stop variable whichever we have given stop value. You need to remember the value which we actually given in a range. It is always going to be an integer. We cannot give the value such as like this in float or in float or any other string and other things. You need to remember it is always going to be integer. So that was it. Range stop was first one was range stop. It is going to print from zero to and before just before the stop, and second one is from start to stop. So it will from start and stop from it will start from start and uh, stop before the stop. And third one is range start stop step. It will start from start and change by step. Whatever stepping we can take and stop before the stop. So you need to remember range is commonly used with the for, and it is not actually used many time by a while, and the stop variable is not included in sequence. You do not need to write when to you cannot actually stop it in sequence. If you need to stop, you can do it by a break and other. We will see what the break is after the loops. And the third is the default stop value is actually 0 and default start value is 1. So for normally it is start 0, and if we take such as 10 and here it is 1, then here it going to run it like default value from 0 to 9. It is a default value. If you are not going to write it from in stop or step, so it will take default value. So next is integer step create a decreasing sequence, and positive step create a increasing sequence, and range return a range object, not list. It is only for integer. For a range, integer range. It is not for list, loop, or any other sequence. So the next is nested for loop. A nested for loop is a for loop placed inside the loop. The outcome loop executed first, then for each execution of outer outer loop executed for each execution of outer loop, the inner loop executes completely. The nested loop are commonly used to work in pattern tables, matrices, and 2D diagram. Such as so let us first understand how the nested for loop work. So first it is going to be do the first it is going to do from sequence, if we do look at here the outer variable, so first it is going to take the variable from here and execute the code from inner code. So how many times we have taken sequence, it is going to be inner code execution the times. So or in each time inner code is going to execute every time, so how much it is, such as first it is going to execute outer loop, then it is going to execute inner loop start, and after the inner loop finish, it is going to ask the if there is more inner loop, and if no, then the next outer loop going to execute and do it more repetitively. In like, if we see here, nest, nested for dot py, nested for dot py, if we are going to print it, as you can see, the first it is going to take the variable, we can take another value. Just to understand, we will take uh 5 to 9 so that it is easily understandable. Such as you can see, the first it is going to do start from 1. After starting from 1, the value of I will be 1, and it will execute the inner code. How many times it is, such as 1 5 1 6 1 7 1 8, and after it end the code, and since 1 9 is not going to be, so it will repeat again, such as 2 5 2 6 2 7 2 8, and it will repeat and again until the code is done. So that's how the nested for loop actually works. So let us look here, understand here with an example. Mhm. We will take we will print a table of any number, such as take first n equal int input enter number, and second one it is going to be m. So what we are going to do, it is going to, so first let us take an example of for loop, such as for e dot py. So for loop example, we will look here, we will so let us first print, take a program, such as let us print a table of any number from 1 to 10. So here we will take n equal int input and enter number, and let us stay for I in range range for I in range. So for here we will take from 1 to 10. After that there's colon, and then print here n comma, so comma x, uh, here comma I comma equal comma and n into I. So if we are going to run it, so as you can see, we want to take a table of 4. As you can see, it is going to take the table of 4. We will take here value 11 so that it will print it up to 10. So let us understand how the code actually work. So here is a print statement. As you have known, for print, it will take the variable n from a integer, whatever here it will take after comma. Here it is string. Here it is string, which will take the value and print it like this. It will do the code. So we can actually print using like method like this. We will name from variable name. After writing variable name, we put the comma. So you need to remember, after putting the comma, it will take a space, and after that you can actually write whatever inside the string is, and after that you can again put the comma and write the another variable such as I. After that comma and equals to, this is basically to make the code easy to run. It will run also if we remove it. It will also give, but it will only going to give the answer such as like this. So for easily put print it like this. So here is the example of for loop. That's how the for loop actually work. So the next is nested for. So let us understand how the nested for loop works. So we will take from M, and here we will take 1 comma n. So after that, for example, we will copy this such as like this. We will convert I I star j I star j I star j. So if we going to print it, we will take the number 4 and second number also 4. So as you can see, it will going to print 1 2 3. We will take here m plus 1, here also m plus 1. So there's such as 4 and 4. It will going to print until its number is such as 1 into 4. The first one, it is going to take the I integer from here, so 1. After that it will do the j. As you can see, the j is changing, so 1 into 1, and second one it is going to 1 into 2, third one it is going to 1 into 3, and just like that you can do it another and more and more. Usually nested for loop actually uses for usually patterns and other things, such as you can actually print the patterns. So that's how, that is also the reason the nested loop actually used. For first you need to remember a few things about the print. So let me print dot py. There's a few things you need to know. The first is, if you take the variable such as n equals to 10 and you need to print here both the variable and string, then you can print it using like this, such as if we write number and put the comma and then print it, then write n and print it, it is going to print the number, as you can see. So that but that's how you actually print the print it. And but you need to remember there are also other methods, such as you can add a string such as m equals to string hello world, and if you can print hello hello after comma, and it is also going to print it like hello world. You need to actually remember, you can also do it like this, such as m plus here. You can also print it such as you can also concatenate two strings for while using for print. But you need to remember concord addition, such as you can add two different string into one, but you need to remember the two different types of string can only be added. uh, two things can only be added if their variable is same, such as both are need to be string, and or either the both are uh, need to be both are need to be numeric. So there's also few things after concatenation. There's also few things you need to remember, such as you can also write it like this. Then, as you can see, it will print the hello n times how many times you have written. It will print it side by side. Uh, that's how the print actually works. And there is more, such as in loops. In for loop, if you are going to print it like uh, for I in let us take Python. Well, welcome to Python. Here we have taken a Python and print I. So if we are going to do that, it is going to print one by one, as you have seen. But we can also do it like this, such as if we write the print after that comma and equals bracket in bracket, if we put it bracket, it is going to print in single line. What does and do? It will not going to add the new line, such as for loop. Every time you run the code, it is going to add the new line. But if you do not want to add the new line, you can try the end function, and and type. You can, if you are going to give the space, then it is going to print by one space, whatever it is. So that's how it is going to print the series. So this is few things you need to know about print. So let us go with nested for. So that's how this actually works. So let us take with another example, nested for example dot py. Nested for example dot py. So in this we will take, let us print a pattern, such as, first let me clear it. And so what we are going to do, we are going to print a pattern, such as if we, let us take n equal to int input enter number, and after that for I, in a range n, we can print print star, so star comma I, mm, star into I, so it will going to print how many times, such as if we take the value 5, it is going to print from 0 to 5. You need to remember, such as let me take from start variable as 1 comma n plus 1, so it will give the values, such as if I take 5, it will put the star mark at 1 to 5, such as if I need to take a triangular, if I need to print here a triangular stars in triangular shapes, so what we need to do is here, as you can see here, you need to actually do some logics, such as you can see for first one. So for first one, mm, so for first one, it is going to print. We can also print this in reverse order, such as after comma -1. So it will going to print in, if we take the value 5. No, sorry, here we need to add from n to 0. So if we take 5, it is going to print it in reverse order. So this is how the pattern actually works in for loop. So there is more, such as if we uh, if I need to write it like this, such as for every here I need to write print into I, such as space. Uh, Let me take another example. So that was the print for loop. So that's how the this will be printed. So second is square pattern, which you need to remember for loop. This is example of for loop. So I am going to print a nested for example. So print it here. You can write it here. You can run either of the code. So I'm going to provide it. So for nested for, we will look into example like this. So what, so here what this thing actually so how this thing will work. So after in nested for, if you actually print don't print here, it is going to print it in single line, but after such as using of and actually helps us to print in single line, but the problem is it does not actually stop the code. It will execute every code in single line. So for that, uh, after completing one loop, we will put here print print colon. We will not going to put any value, so that here it will going to step down in next line. So here it will work like this: print next line, and it will going to print again and again. For that, this is the example of nested for loop. We can take the variable for using variable. So as an example, here you can see in nested for loop the multiplication table 1 2 3, such as 1 into 1. You can print it like this. We have already done that, how to print. So that's how the nested for loop actually works. So let us you need to remember a for loop is a loop inside a for loop. Inner loop complete all its regression before the outer loops moves to the next irritation before it is going to move to next irritation. The next nested loops are useful for pattern printing, multiplication table, and processing two-dimensional data. And two-dimensional data such as second is total iteration. It is going to be the number of out loop iteration into inner loop iteration. So the proper indentation is required for both loops. You need to remember after every for it will be a space of 4. You need to remember that indentation, such as if you have made we are going to print it like this, but if we take here in the wrong indentation, such as like this, I am going to print, then as you can see the pattern is going to be different. And if we remove the indentation here, as you can see the pattern is different. So you need to remember how to put the indentation. So that's what it is. And the second type of loops are while loop. So let us first understand for what is the while loop. The while loop execute the code in iteration until the if the condition is true until the condition is false. So let us understand how the while loop works here. Here we will take a value as count equals to 1. It will check here it will check the condition, and if the condition is true, then it is going to do the code, such as here is count equals to 1. As you can see, since condition is true, then count it is going to do the code. It is going to print 1, since value here is 1. And here, as you can see, we have raised the value of count by 1, so it is going to be 2. Now the value of count is 2, so it will come here again. So as you can see, 2 is also smaller than or equal to 5. so it will also true. So here it will work like this until here 5. Since 5, after the code of 5 finish, it will erase into 6. And since 6 is false, so the code is going to stop here. So that's how it's work. The variable count started at 1. It will start from wherever you will take the value, and run it until the condition is false. For while loop, you need to remember the condition need to be meant false. If it is not false, the while loop is going to run it in infinite time. Such as if we need to print message 3 times, you can write it I equals to 1, and while I 3 times or less than 3 times equals to 3, it is going to print welcome 3. So let us first take an example of while loop. Um, while while dot py. So this is while. Here we will take, as you can see, here it will be 1 to 5. We will take whatever value, such as if we take 2, it will start it from 2. And you need to remember, started from 2. You need to remember the condition is actually meant false at the end of the code. If it is not going to false, such as like this, and if you are going to run it, it will be run infinite time, as you can see. For stopping the infinite time, you can actually press Ctrl C in your terminal, so it will stop. As you can see here, it will actually run this much code, this much code in the small number of time. So you need to remember the while loop is actually need to be stopped. So the false statement should be here, so that the while loop so the so you need to remember, after the finish of code, the false condition should be matched uh, for the loop stop. uh, Second one, it is print a message for 3 times, such as whatever inside it. You can also print it so that it will actually works like for loop. As you can see here, for first one it is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, and for this it is welcome to Python. How many times you have taken the value? If I take the value of 5, the, it is going to print 5 times until it is going to print until the condition is met. You can also print it in reverse order while using. You can also print it in reverse order while using like minus. It will decrease it by 1, as you can see. Here it is 5, and until. So for while loop actually works from ascending or descending both, but you need to remember for like it should be condition should be met false at the end of the loop. For while loop or for loop uses when the number of iteration is known, and for while loop uses when the number of iteration is unknown. You do not know how much irritation it will be, such as like this. You do not such as in for loop. I have known that the number of iteration should be 10, or from the range. I have decided a range, but in while loop the range is not decided. Uh, it will take such as until the condition is met. Uh, Irritative over a sequence or range repeats while the condition is true. A while loop can be used for both sequence and the for loop uses the sequence and range for while loop uses the conditions. So both have different types of say for loop stop automatically when the sequence ended, and for while loop stop only when the condition become false. If it is not false, then it will be continue infinite loop. While loop repeat code while the condition is true. Condition is checked before each iteration. Update the loop variable inside the loop to avoid an infinite loop. Use a while loop when the number of iteration is unknown beforehand, and proper indentation is required, just like if as or in Python you need to remember the proper indentation. So here it is for infinite loop warning. And so if you are going to while true, so you need to, such as here, as you have seen, infinite loop causes by missing update, such as you need to print right, such as num. Here this condition should be written, such as if you do not if you are not going to write it, it will neither it is going to be increase or decrease in number in variable. So this condition is always going to be true, so code will run infinite time in while loop. Correct way you need to remember how to stop infinite to avoid infinite loop. You need to add a very false condition, or use the break statement. We will look into what the break statement is in this part after the is. And you can also press Ctrl C in terminal so to stop the program. So here it will, you can use it like this. This is how the while loop work. uh, so let us go with break statement. So break statement is used to immediately terminate a loop when Python encounter a break statement. It exit the current loop and program continue when the next statement after loop. So break statement is basically used for loops and for a other program. So it is basically a built-in function. If you After the condition is such as after break, it will exit the loop, or uh, it will exit the code, such as if we are going to write it here, break dot py, and if you are going to print it like this, as you can see, we have here added the condition. If the break if the break if I equals to 4, then it should be break. So what will after the condition is met, here it will, so break function usually what it is usually do, it is going to be end the loop here. So either it is going to end the loop or end the code. How not all the code, it is going to end the loop from the end this loop using break. Break will end the loop. So that's how the break work. When I becomes 4 and the break statement executed, the loop stop immediately. Break break controls. So that's how it is. You can also continue it like for if the condition is break. If the condition is true, as you can see, we have uses the break statement for stopping. Even if the condition is true, such as even if it is false or true. Just if we write here instead of in a condition which is true and run it, it is true. As you can see, it is also going to continue the code 1, 2, 3. Since even so you do not need to write the false condition if you are using the break like this, but you break like this. So break is usually used to stop an infinite loop so that the loop does not go in infinity. So the break statement immediately exit the current loop. It can be used with both for and while loop. The code after the loop continues to execute. The break is commonly used with an if statement. It is useful to stop infinite loop, loops or end the loop while when a specific condition is met. Thank you. So the next is continue. So continuous statement is used to skip the current iteration of a loop and move directly to the next iteration. Unlike the break statement, continue does not terminate the loop, it only skips the remaining code in current iteration. The continuous statement can be used for both for and while loop. So unlike the break statement, break, The continue usually skip the part for only one irritation, such as if we, in this code we will uh, see it like, as you can see, it will be print in normally it will be printed like a range from 1 to 6, so it will print from 1 to 5. But if we add statements such as if I equals to 3, continue, so from here it is going to skip this irritation and going to convert it and going to into next iteration, such as from it is going to start from 1, 2, and after 2, since for third one it has met the condition, so yes, so it is going to skip the third and go after that it is going to print 4. So if the condition is met, it will skip. So that's how the continue work in for loop. In while loop, continue just like in for loop, continue also work in while loop. If the condition is met, it is going to skip this code, skip the irritation, not code, and going to continue the code. Print only ordered a number. Uh, As you can see here, it is going to print from 1 to 10, and if we add is f divided by 2, so f mod of 2 is equals 0. It is going to 2. So here you can also print like if you need to print odd number, you can also print it like this using conditions and if condition. As you can see, for odd one, it is going to be since it's false. This condition is for even, so it will be for odd one. Since false, so it will going to print it, and for even, it is going to skip the code. So that's how it will print. Break and continue. Break terminate the loop immediately, while continue skip the current irritation only. So in break exit the loop break exit the loop completely, and in continue continues with next iteration, and break uses when the loop should stop, and continue uses when only one iteration should be skipped. So next is pass. So next is pass. So pass statement is null statement in Python. It does nothing when executed. It is placeholder when statement is required syntaxually, but you do not want to write your code yet. The pass statement is commonly used with loops function. So let us understand what the pass statement is. Pass statement actually is if you actually write just as code like this, but you do not need to either continue or write it continue or continue or break. So you can actually write the pass. So if you do, such as if you do not want to actually write the code here right now, you want to write the code afterwards, but you need to give the execution, so you can actually write the pass so that the it will be easy to you easily done the code, it actually does not going to give error or any kinds of problem if you use it like this. After if you need to add something here, you can add it instead of pass. So that's how the pass work. So it does not actually it does not actually do anything. It's just a placeholder. You can also use pass in if statements, such as here you can see a number 10. 10 equals a number equals 10, and if number is greater than equal to 0, it is going to pass and print just like that. You can also use the mm, pass in while loop. So that's what it is. Let us first take an example of continue.py. Continue.py. So for continue, here as you can see, we will going to let us take to print I in the range n equals to int input. Let us take int enter number. Here we will take range from 1 to n plus 1. So here it is from 1 to n plus 1. So we will print even number. So let us print even number. For that, if I mod 2 equals 0, then it will print I. If I equals 0, it will print I not equals to 0. It will continue. Continue print I. So let us run this code for I. Oh, we forgot the in. For I in range equal not equals to. So here we will write number up to 100. So it is going to print even number up to 100, from 1 to 100. Since 1 is not even, so it is not going to print 1. So that's how the continue work. If the condition is met, it is going to skip the iteration and going to the next one. And as for the pass.py, the pass don't usually do anything, such as if, just like this one, AC. So instead of continue, we will add pass. As you can see, pass doesn't 10. As you can see, pass doesn't do anything within the code. So that's how the pass works. So that was it. That's how the pass and other is. So the next is mm, next is loop else cause. So let us understand what the loop else is. And in Python, a loop can have an else cause. The loop inside the else block is executed after the loop finishes normally. If the loop is terminated using break statement, the else block is not executed. The else clause can be used with both for and while loop. Else clause can also be used in loop for both for and while loop. It will execute code after the loop finishes normally, such as, like, here you can see, here is a loop for print, and after the print is complete, it will print it as it is finished. You can also so that's how the else actually work. Here we will take another for else dot py. So for else.py, as you can see, after running it, it is going to print from 1 to 5 and loop finish. Since the loop is complete, after that it is going to execute whatever inside the else part it is. So that's how the else loop else work, for else work. And for if for break, that is for break statement, that is not for break statement, such as if we as you can print, let me print here. Right, so that it is easy to understand when the code, as you can see. So in first one, since executed here, so else part only going to execute after the loop is finished. In normal cases, if we actually write it, such as if we are going to write print loop is finished outside the else, it is going to print always whether the loop is finished or not. But if we are going to write it into else part, if the if the loop is not finished, such as it is breaked in between the irritation, such as in here it is it is stopped in between, so it will not going to print the whatever is it is not going to execute the code whatever inside the as part is since. So that's how the for us a loop work. So you need to remember. So let us understand what the for while loop is. While as dot py. So just like for loop, a while as also work after the while code is completed. It will be if the whole irritation whole loop is complete, then it is going to finish, and if it is going to stop using break statement, then the code will such as here while for break, as you can see here if it is you break the loop using break statement, then the else part is not going to execute it, just like for loop for else. So when the else clause is used, as the else clause is used when you want to execute code only if the loop is complete without interrupting by break. Then it is useful. Else is commonly used including searching for item in list, checking whether the value exists, run a task after the successful loop condition. So that is also why the else part else is used in loops. Uh, so that is it. So that's end of the lecture. But let us go with our. Uh, let us take some question. So for first question, question one dot py. So for first question, let us take here. So the first question is write a Python program to print from 1 to 100 using a for loop. Write a Python program to print from 1 to 100 using a for loop, as you have seen. For I in a range from 1 to, we will take n print I, and here we will take the value n equals to uh, int input int enter number. If we going to put 10, then it is going to put from 1 to 9. So as you have known, it is actually going to print from my minus n. So you need to add 1 to n plus 1. So it is going to print up to n number. So that's what the first question was. Write a Python program to print from 10 to 1 using while loop. So here we will take another question from q2.py. Write a Python program from 1 to 10. So let us take n equals from 10 while n is greater than equal to 1. Print n, and after that we are going to n minus equal 1. So write the so as you can see, it is going to print 1 to 1, 10 to 1 in reverse order. So that's we have taken the 10, and after that here a condition from it should stop at 1, and as you have seen in minus 1 1. So let us take our second one example. While a Python program, write a Python program to print the multiplication table of given number. So let us take q3.py. So we are going to write a multiplication table using for loop, such as we will take n here, we will copy it, and after that let us just copy the whole. In here we will take from 1 to 10. It is going to from n comma x comma I comma equals comma n into I and into I. As you can see, I have taken the number 10, so it is going to print number of. So let me take the number 14. It is going to print the table of 14. As you can see, that's how it is done. So for question 4, write a Python program to calculate the sum of first n numbers. Calculate Q Q4 dot py. So how are we going to actually write a Python program to calculate the sum of first and number? So we will first take a number, and here we will take it like this. And after taking the number, and we will take a sum equals 0. And after that, here what we will do, we will going to add sum plus equal I. So if we first n natural number, so it will be from n. After that, print sum. So let us run it. If we take 10, so as you can see, the sum of first 10, we will take n plus 1. So here, if you take the as you can see, the first 10, the sum of the first 10 and natural number, it is going to be 55. So let us understand how this code works. Since we have taken the number n as a input from user, whatever it is, and after that we have taken the variable as sum equals 0. Is 0. So since we have starting from n natural number, we will start from 0. After that, we have taken from 0 to n plus 1, so that and here it will add some. It is every time it is going to add some, such as if it is 1, then sum is going to be 0 plus 1, and if it is 2, then sum is going to be 0.2. 1 plus 2, so it is going to convert it into 3. So that's how it is going to work. So our next question is question 5.py. So let us see what the question is. Write a Python program to print all even number between 1 to 50. So since we have used for loop, so here we will take while loop. So we will take n equals one while n is less than equal to 50, then if n is n mod 2 n mod 2 equal 0, then print n, and here we will take n plus equals 1. So let us run this. As you can see, it is going to print from 2 to 50 even number. So we will also going to add another method. So this was for method 1. So let us write method 2 using for loop. So let us print for I in range from 1 to 51. Since we have to take from 50 and we will take a step of 2, since we first number is 2 first, so we can also do it like this. So print I, as you can see, this will also going to print and number from 2 to 50. There's also another method such as for I in range from 1 to 51, 51 if I mod 2 equals 0, then print I in using this method we can also print here. As you can see, we can also use this method whether it's there are also many more methods. So in coding you need to learn the logics. You need to remember learn how many logics and other things instead of just writing code. You need to practice for logic building and other thing. So oh, let us go with our sixth question. Print all or odd number between 1 to 0. I'm just going to write this one by changing it Question 6 dot py, since I have already given. Since it is not equals to, I'm just going to convert here not, but you can do another method. It is going to print from 1 to 15, 50, between 1 to 50. So our seventh question is write a Python program to print the square of number from 10 to 100. So our question seventh dot py is going to be write a Python program to print the square of number from 1 to 100. So for that, for I in a range from 1 comma 11, print I into I. You can do it like this, and it, as you can see, here is the square of first 10 digits from 1 to 10. There's also more methods, but you can do it as a practice. You can also try the another methods as a practice. So let us go with question 8.py. So for 8 question, write a Python program to print each character of string using for loop. Uh, mm, each character using for loop. So for that, for I in, so let us take as C uh, S equal input. Here we will take enter or I in S, print S. As you can see, if I write here Python is going to print, we need to write here I. So if I going to print Python, it is going to print each character, and you can also print it like this, such as here by comma and equals space, so that as you can see, you can also here using like this, so that that is also the another method. This is going to print it in same line using end method. So that was the question 8. So let us go with our question 9. So question 9 is question 9.py. We need to write print this pattern of the numbering following. So let us print it for I in range from 1 comma 6. Since it is 5, we can take the value as 6. Print star print in string. We have taken star and into 5 time into I time. So you can also multiply I by a number so that how many time it is going to print it as a string. That's how it is done. So for our 10th question, when the write a Python program to stop print printing number when the value becomes 7 using break statement. So let us question 10.py. We will use while loop for this, such as n equals 10 while n equals 1. Let us take n equals 1 while n is uh, such as we will take while n is greater than equal to 1000. So you can take any number, it doesn't matter. Let us just take while true, since we are using break statement, so it is not going to work. Print I print n if n equals 7, then it is going to break, and then n plus equals 1. So let us run it. As you can see, it is going to print from 1 to 7. After 7, after printing 7, here you can break the code. You can stop the loop using break. So that was the question. This is the practice problem for you guys. I hope you will do it as for practice. This is for cheat sheet for loops of part 5. So here in this part we have covered for loop, while loops, and break, continue, pass, and in next part we will going to continue with lecture on functions. So let us meet in the next part. So I hope you will like and subscribe my channel. So thank you.